This bugger is a Nintendo Switch. It's a fantastic console with some great games on it, and the only thing that's really missing is some proper MMORPGs. Begs the question, should MMORPGs start porting over, and would you play them if it did? Dun, 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 dun. Greetings ladies and gents, Adrian here. Welcome back. The Nintendo Switch, as I said, is a great gaming console that in some ways have completely changed the way I look at consoles, and prior to picking one up, I hadn't bought a console in over 10 years. There are a few fantastic exclusive games on this thing already, like Zelda's Breath of the Wild and Octopath Traveler, which is great, but I'm here to talk about MMORPGs, or the lack thereof. Will the MMOs that we know and love start coming over to the Switch? Now that at this point in 2018, there's an encouraging amount of third-party support that's seeing plenty of other great PC games, AAA and indie, port over. The Switch already has a handful of MMO titles, some RPG while the rest are hero shooters. In Japan, players can already play MMOs like Phantasy Star Online and Dragon Quest, while other popular online titles like Fortnite and Paladins, which is the closest thing to an Overwatch on the Switch, is also keeping players happy for the most part. What's got the Switch MMO diehards and enthusiasts really happy is the announcement this summer that Warframe, a very popular online shooter, is coming to the Switch sometime this year for free. For RPG lovers like me, announcements like Warframe's do indicate that there is a market for online games, specifically MMOs, on the Switch, and big studios like Bethesda are also setting the benchmark on the console for what exactly can be ported over. 2016's Doom and the new Wolfenstein proves that newer games with good graphics can be ported over if the studio has the time and funds to commit to the port. So what does this mean for existing AAA MMORPGs that are not on the Switch? It means the ball is in their court on whether or not to make a Switch version. Won't we all love to see games like The Elder Scrolls Online or Black Desert Online, or even Diablo III come to the Switch? So far, only Black Desert Online has come the closest to signaling a Switch version, as this comicbook.com report states. But they do have the PS4 launch that needs to roll out before anything else happens. Diablo 3 will be interesting though. Just this week, Blizzard announced that there are multiple Diablo projects in the works, and I wonder if one of them involves the Switch, and I wouldn't rule it out. There are not many top-notch ARPGs on the console right now, save for a few indies, so Blizzard can definitely dominate in that department. As for the rest, your World of Warcraft, your Guild Wars 2s, and so on, it is a mouth-watering prospect having your favorite MMOs on the Nintendo Switch, but it's just too damn hard to make happen for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, storage is going to be an issue. The Switch comes bundled in with 32 gigs of internal storage, with additional space available through external micro SD cards. While that might be enough to hold a few large modern-day single-player titles, I doubt it's going to be enough for your favorite AAA MMORPGs. This can be solved with Nintendo's cloud storage for games, if it had one. It doesn't. The upcoming Dragon Quest XI is a great example for this problem. Its file size will be 30 gigs, which means you'll most likely need to put that on an external SD card. Now, imagine how many of these cards you will need to hold all your online titles on the Switch. SD cards are getting more affordable, but that's not the point. It's still too clunky to be swapping them around all the time. Other factors that could be an issue console-wise is the performance factor of the hardware. Sure, it's powerful enough currently, but MMORPGs vary in terms of hardware usage and design. Many games are CPU intensive and vice versa with the GPU, so until one of these games actually release something playable, it'll be hard to put a benchmark on what other variables we should take note on, like frame rates, especially when there are many other players on the screen. I've done some Fortnite and Paladins on the Nintendo Switch for test and review, and I do think the online experience suffers somewhat when relying solely on Wi-Fi without any Ethernet or LAN ports. I experienced lags and latency at important moments during matches, so imagine what that'll do for PvP or group content in your MMORPGs on the Switch. Sure, you could buy official LAN adapters at crazy prices, but the point is, you're still better off right now playing them on the PC, Xbox, or PS4. Stuff like controller support, UI overhauls for the small screen, and TV dock mode are things that the developers must also incorporate in their ports, so you can imagine just how much work a port to the Switch will cost. So that's kind of why I really don't think MMORPGs will be represented any more than what's already been announced for the Nintendo Switch. I really would love to be proven wrong and hope we get a surprise announcement from one of these big studios because, hey, the ultimate dream is to kill 10 boars and fetch stuff while you're taking a dump. That's it for me. Do share what you think in the comments section below. Would you play your MMORPGs on the Nintendo Switch for those of you that own the console? And which games would you like to see come over? Hit the like button for more videos and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more MMO content. Once again, I'm Adrian and I thank you for watching. Hey folks, welcome to the end screen. Thank you very much for watching that video. If you want to watch more, you can click on the cards at the bottom here and feel free to subscribe to the channel with the button down there, which will give you notifications on all my latest uploads. Later, Gator.